the partner has to be.
Yeah.
Because I think you're a dope person if you just,
That one, but definitely.
If you just, I haven't finished the sentence. if you just pick right, I think you're a dope person. Just the dope. Because you're the kind of person who I would wish for happiness,
Oh, thank you.
Those people that you just look at and you're like, this person deserves to be happy.
That's nice.
So when you feel and you see somebody like you getting stressed, I'm like, oh, man. So unfortunate. I've seen some atrocious people, but they're still in nice relationships. Horrible people.
I know.
Horrible. I think nice relationships and they're the bad person.
Yeah.
Nice relationships, they have a kid and everything. Like, my God.
How?
No, how does God just bless people differently at times? It makes
weird.
no sense,
it's
right?
Weird.
This person deserves this, but he takes this. But I think it's to challenge you.
It is, and
to make you grow as a person,
and
right?
God will never put you through more than you can handle or bear. So, like, I've had there's times when I'll cry myself to sleep, but I know that at the end of the day, God got me. Like, that's that's how I operate every day. Thy will be done, not mine. Strong
on Christianity?
Strong on spirituality.
Oh. Do you go to church?
I do.
You do? Every Sunday?
Okay.
I do know. You kind of, when you find time, you go?
I go on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. Here when I go on Sundays.
But now do you teach like your kid about the Bible and everything?
Yeah. She goes religiously on Saturdays.
The Sunday school thing or
they go
not the 1824 thing, right? We're not talking about Sunday school 1824. Right? We're talking about I'm talking about where kids
I know
go
what you're talking about.
Right?
Yes.
Sabbath school. It's Sunday service. Nowadays there's Sunday service, but Sunday service in Kenya doesn't talk about
Saturday, Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
But it's not that different, though. I don't think it's
not.
That different,
No,
right?
we worship the same. Yeah, but the seventh day is on Saturday.
It's slightly different, yeah.
You don't have to argue.
But I think as long as, like you've said, spirituality, because even now we have to understand, everything has changed so much in our generation. Now, for your kid, they'll be called Gen what? What's the name?
Is it X?
Alpha or something.
Oh, Alpha, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, they'll have to deal with craziness of all kinds of things.
This next generation under us, they're kind of...
Gen Z is already off the rails.
Off
the rails. So I can't even... But also now, another thing that I think, just from your perspective, because you were once that... young girl at 21, 22 who's just, like I said, unstoppable, first of all.
But you know what? I grew up in a pretty strict household. My dad, we were actually very sheltered. He was
Just to leave the house like that?
Yeah, hey, we know you don't just leave the house like that. Even
it doesn't mean okay.
Even when we got to college and we went back home for holidays, we wasn't going out kicking it, but I was. Angela wasn't. But this new generation, they wildin', bro.
Crazy.
The violence, first of all. I don't know what is going on, but this next generation, we have failed them. We have failed them miserably because it's so sad. The depression rate is all the way up.
Crazy.
Suicide rate, and then just
femicide.
It's the killing of
were people even killing each other during our time?
Nah.
It was never
we were doing house parties and stuff. They can't even do that. It'll get shot up.
People being thrown off a balcony, that was never a story during our time. Nope.
Never.
So I can only imagine this is Gen Z. Every other weekend, there's just something that's extreme.
And it's even in the States, you see these teenagers, 15, shooting up people, just drive-by gangs. But you know what? The whole world is just in a state of emergency. Right now, the economy, every single economy, pretty much, is just horrible. People are living day to day, honestly. So I can see why the crime rate is so high, especially here in Kenya. People are hungry. People need to eat.
No excuse.
It's not an excuse. It is not an excuse.
We were hungry as well. Weren't we hungry?
But we were not this bad of a state. This next generation, it sucks for them.
I think
if they didn't save money.
No. The difference is that they want everything now.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
And easy and quick.
Like this. Because for us, we knew you have to keep it like, a little bit more time, be patient a bit. But now they want it now. So you can only imagine if you want it now and you're young, like 21, 22, 23, 24, and you want everything now. That means every decision that you're going to make is wrong.
Yeah.
Is wrong. True. Like even in your mind. And I don't think about like how like a 23-year-old in the States operates mentally, like work-wise, responsibility, and a 23-year-old Kenyan. A 23-year-old Kenyan is a child.
Yeah.
Like a child. I don't know what parents are doing, but they're all just children. Any type of small responsibility that you would try and put on them is just going to fail.
Yep.
Fail. But they all want the rewards now.
Now. That's true.
So you can't get the rewards of 40, 50-year-olds at 23 with zero work experience.
But I mean, look at these Instagrammers and YouTubers.
Who?
They're making 6 figures and stuff. Like these guys in like LA, these kids in LA.
We're talking about LA. I'm talking about Kenya where people are throwing people off balconies. I'm talking about where people are throwing each other through balconies, killing each other every other weekend. Yeah, no, LA is a whole different. I think the best thing about in the States, and I think that's where now like I'll still bounce back to motherhood and how it affects everything. It's because they have a lot of systems in place. If your kid is interested in YouTube, you can mentor them, guide them, and they can actually start like even earning money.
Yeah.
You can create like, what is it called? There's this fund that you can create for your kid where it can almost like kind of buy stocks.
Yeah.
And it compounds until when they're 18, they can start getting taxed or something. But when they're still a kid and everything, they don't have to get
that's true.
taxed or whatever. There's so many systems in place that you can set up for your kid in Kenya.
Well, yeah, there's not.
Very limited.
And then also, it's like parents don't have that time to educate their kids on how to use YouTube to make money. You know what I mean? Like that's kids' hobbies here.
Because people are still talking about buying land right now. You're buying land and then you have to wait for how many years to build? How are you building wealth with the land right now? Our parents did it back then, probably, But now, how do you do it? And then you can't just sit down and start talking about buying land now. Okay, first of all, how much are you going to buy it for?
Exactly.
Where is that money coming from, first of all?
Exactly.
You have to raise that money to buy it.
I heard that, what is your president's name? I heard that.
What is it? And what's your president's name?
Are,
Uhuru Kenyatta, right? That's our president, right?
No.
Who's the president?
I don't know.
Who's the president?
You know. Ruto.
You don't want to say. It's like, who's your president? Yeah. Okay.
I heard that like kids aren't like he wanted to stop giving like scholarships or something.
For campus. Can you imagine how crazy that is?
Wild. He wants
people will
them
not
to be dumb. Educating the youth.
That's the one thing you should just let it.
Thing, this like who's gonna run the country later?
I'll have more criminals first of all.
90-year-olds? For real.
Have more criminals.
Oh my gosh.
And we already have people who are old and they literally are just dying. They are too old. They can't keep holding on to it. They can't. So you have to educate the young people.
And they're not doing that.
They're not.
Like, they don't have anything in place. Like, even in States, at least, we have the young educators. There are different programs. Like, they don't have those in places here.
So, and even on that note, like now, would you prefer your kid to have
in States
education here or in the States?
States, I'm not going to lie.
In
States, yeah. Because I did my schooling in States, and it like opened my world up to like a whole lot. I don't know. I went to a private school though also.
In the States?
In the States. It
Jesus
was expensive.
Christ.
But for my
Hold
parents.
on. Shout out to your parents first of all. Shout out to your parents first of all.
Alex Joaquin Buddy.
Shout out to that.
Because I went to Japan in high school. We went so many different places, but Japan was epic. But I got exposed
to a lot super early.
And then there's a lot of after school programs in the States. I can like Kenya is in like gymnastics and swim and ballet. So It's easy, but here you can find that. But then there's just traffic everywhere.
Yeah, before
like,
it'll be
you just
too
get so stressed.
the kid will just be overwhelmed with
After
everything
school,
before.
Yep.
I want to be those parents who your kid is waking up at 5
Exactly,
and they're coming back at home
no,
at 8 p.m.
no,
That's ridiculous.
No, I'm not gonna put her through that.
You don't have to,
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
You get not.
She's supposed to look forward to going to school the next day, meet up with her friends, get enough sleep, rest.
Yep.
Get to enjoy just being a child, first of all. But I think now, like a lot of these kids, especially like in Kenya, they really don't get to enjoy being children.
They don't, with all those exams or whatever they be putting
all
them
the
through.
time.
That's
All the
crazy.
time. And then after you finish, where are the jobs? What did you say the name of your president is again? But he has a lot of work to do, though. He has a lot of work to do because, and it's not going to get any easier. Like, literally, you see university graduates posting, their qualifications, and some are even holding placards on the road. Yeah, asking, I have this CPA, have this, and this, and they're asking for jobs. Yeah.
That is so sad.
It's crazy, but, we have to deal with it, though.
Yeah, and
right?
all these non-profit organizations, where they at?
Okay,
let's not get into politics.
They're here to make money, right? First of all, non-profits, I will just touch on it. Non-profits can't fix the problem because if they fix the problem, funding doesn't come in the country and they don't get paid.
That's true.
Yeah, so they have to make sure the problem still, And you still need that African child with flies, hovering around.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're still showing that.
You still know those videos and pictures.
Feed the children.
Oh,
I
sheesh.
could die.
Okay, now